He's a tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. I'm on top, number you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the quarterback to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just for fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man we all shout proper.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Well, good evening to Mr. Deanster. Welcome everybody else. We're here. Well, let me just start off by saying there were two matches scheduled tonight in the 10-ball World Championships. The first match was Mr. Bill against MC Clarkey on the one-loss side. And I was all set to do that and didn't realise that Bill had forfeited on the bracket. Matt didn't realise either. He was in practicing in a room until I told him. So that match is now gone. If we look at the schedule, we can see that we now have 3 matches live on the schedule. We've got Real Poland Power, Stubb, who we will call him, against Misken now. This is sort of up near as to whether this is going to go ahead. I don't know whether Misken's going to appear. I think he was in last week's Friday Night 9-ball. In fact, he is here, so I take it all back. He's in getting some practice, and Stubb will show up at some point, but he's there, so this match should be going ahead. Oh, that's what I meant to say. The other matches on the schedule have been arranged for a day or two. We've already got Cobra and Tommy all set for Monday evening at 6:25 GMT. And then on Thursday night, we have the big one, Albinario against Spectre Dawn. That's at 8 p.m. on Thursday evening. So these match schedules now are going to thin out because we're getting nearer the business end, so it won't be quite as cluttered up with matches. Good evening to Slim. Yeah, you might as well, Slim. Miskin's already in a room, so this match looks as if it's going to go ahead. At least he was a minute ago when I looked. Oh, yeah, he still is, so yeah, you go for it, Slim. So these matches on the one-loss side are a race to 13. And, well, no doubt Stubb will be the favourite for this, but it's the usual story. I don't know whether Miskin's up for taking down Stubb. In fact, let's have a quick look at the bracket. What time is it? We've got a minute to go. If we look over on the one-loss side, we've got this match tonight, and the winner of it will go through and play Coldest Pillow. So that should be an interesting tie on the one-loss side. Matt is through, as we've seen on the bracket, after Bill's forfeit, and Matt's waiting on the winner of Mr. Fox and Wink at Me. Now, that should be a good tie as well, whoever gets through there. Larry, having got through the other night, actually a closer match than I thought it would be. Larry got through 13-7. He's now waiting on the winner of Bankster and Rabi, and again, that should be a good tie. I mean, these guys, they won't be favourite against Larry, whoever gets through, but they should give Larry a good run for his money. And the likes of this one as well, with Matt being there, he would probably be favourite, but I think Mr. Fox and Wink at Me are more than capable of causing an upset in that match. So that there's interesting matches there to come on that one-loss side. On the winner's side, of course, we're through to sort of round 3, round 4 now. So this round 3 match with Tommy and Cobra, it's all set, as we said, as is Spectre Dawn and Albinario next week. We have Interchange X, who's already in round 4, and he's set to play One Pocket Slim. As I've said before, also, this is a US time zone, so these guys will arrange the match to suit themselves, and Slim may well stream it. unless it's on my day off, in which case, if it's on my day off, I could certainly get it. But that is about it as far as the bracket goes. So now all we need to wait for is the room going up, which it should right now. Friday night 9-ball has gone up as well, and the room for the Stub match is up now. Obviously, he's known as Stub. I can't fit Real Poland Power into that title on screen. It's too long, so he's known as Stub, and that's how he'll remain. And he will remain as represent the United States of America and not Poland, just to annoy him. Welcome to Mark. Welcome to anybody else who's watching. So Misken is in. He's keen. Stub's going to mess about. And cue ball has, I thought it was about to go. So let's see whether. See, Misken's rating suggests he doesn't play much 10-ball at all, and I can well believe that. There's a lot of people who don't play 10-ball. But neither does Stub. That's the other problem. And if Stub. See, this is where Stub could dig a hole for himself, because if he's going to come in and start blasting balls and take liberties, he could end up getting punished because of that. If he underestimates his opponent, it's probably his biggest mistake. So we will see what happens. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. No, the Bill forfeited that match. That was the one I was all set to stream, and I still would have been if it hadn't been for Slim, because I wasn't paying attention to the bracket. I was just looking at the schedule. But Bill couldn't make it in the end, so he's forfeited. Thankfully, we've got this match up and running. Stub will mess about until he gets in. Oh, hang on, have I got my mic sorted? Right, hopefully you're hearing me loud and clear. Oh, aye, Stub will be here. Yeah, he'll piss about for 5 minutes, but he'll be in. Oh, aye, he's definitely going to show up. Right, well, let me just bore you about my sore shoulder, which has now developed into two sore. I'll say that again. I'll say it again for a third time. 2 sore shoulders. A couple of weeks ago, I woke up to get out of my bed in the morning, and my right shoulder was sore. And obviously, I'd been lying weird on it during the night. I don't know what the hell way I was lying, but whatever I did, I must have turned in my sleep and pulled some sort of muscle. I don't know what I did. Anyway, to cut a long story short, last night, I've done the same, but I've done it in my bloody left shoulder. So now, when I'm stretching up with my arms, it's bloody sore. I don't know how I was lying last night, but I've done it to match my bloody right shoulder, so I'm in agony in both shoulders. Right, anyway, Stubbs in. He's already lagged off. He's on the right-hand side. And Stubbs going to win the lag. And remember, it's a race to 13. No, I haven't got any deep heat. Aye, my shoulders are sore. I want bloody sympathy. I don't want bloody sarcasm. It's totally out with my control. I mean, Christ knows what way I'm lying when I'm sleeping. Anyway, that's enough boredom. He did say good luck. I mean, for goodness sake, pay attention, Coldest Pillow. Mind you, I take it all back, because you can see it in the chat. You can see it. There's enough room to see it in the chat. He did say good luck. Aye. So, Misken is in. Now, this is the technical side of it now, where you have to deliver a shot here, pot the 2, and the difficulty here is that 6 balls interfere with play. 3 ball goes past the 5. And, well, he did everything right to get to the 3 ball, but missed the 2, and he's got lucky. I don't know how many's in Friday Night 9 Ball, but there might have been a few more. And I think there was about 6 or 7 in when I looked earlier on. Mind you, that was a while ago. But Slim should be up and running on his Twitch channel doing that. I mean, look at that shot there by Stubb. What the hell was that all about? I mean, I don't understand that one bit. I haven't the foggiest idea of what he was doing. And as I mentioned right at the start, if he's going to take liberties and start banging stuff, you know, he's taking liberties and he's walking a thin line doing that. Although having said that, Misken's got himself in trouble. Bumped to 9, locked himself out in a 3 ball. He needs to get to a rail. And the other mistake he's made there is I don't think he called a 3 ball. And this is a common mistake that people that don't play 10 ball that much continually make. You've got to, it must be just come natural to call a pocket every time you're kicking at a ball. You should never have to think twice. It should be automatic pilot. Just call a pocket. But you'll never get into that habit if you don't play the game often enough. And look at the opportunities Misken's going to get from Stubb. I mean, unless Stubb starts dialing in here, he's making mistakes left, right and centre. Now that 10 ball needs to miss the 6. It's still a dodgy cut though. This is the tough one. If he can get this, he'll have a cut in the 7. But it is tough. And they watch the cue ball. And it's even tougher now that he's almost married to the rail. But this cue ball, I think he'd be better hitting this quite hard. He might prefer to take this 8 ball into the side. Well, it's holding a line. That was the only thing that worried me is how much he was going to take on the edge of that 7 as to whether he was going to hold a line. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, this is dead weight. Just roll it in and you're on the 9. Well, this should be a bit of a lesson to Stubb this first rack, because Stubb's not really applied himself and not really focused and made a couple of mistakes. And in the end, Misken is going to punish him for it. The 2 ball glances in off the 6. And he's got a shot in the 1. Now he needs to stun this in, hold the cue ball. He doesn't want to run into the 3. He wants to dig in. Well, he's dug in a wee bit too much. He's going to nail himself to the rail, but that's fine. He's got nothing to do to get on the 4. But he doesn't really want to go inside the 4 like that. That's what he didn't want to do. And again, when you're playing that shot, you should see that's going to happen, and you need to take evasive action. You need to put a bit of tweak in the cue ball to avoid going inside as much. I mean, it's still potable, but it's a lot more tough than what it should have been. Has he got away with it again? Yes, he has. Welcome to Cobra. Well, just in case you don't know, Cobra, we were all set to do the Bill MC Clarkey match because it clashed with this one. Bill turned out couldn't make it, so he forfeited. And this is the only one we've got. So Stubbs now going to have ball in hand, and he's going to have an immediate problem in getting on that 5 ball. That 5 ball, well, you don't really want to be trying to play it into that corner. It will go, but it's very tight. Stubb seems quite happy with it. I mean, at this distance, it's suddenly become a lot more difficult. This is far from easy. And not only that, look at where the 6 ball is being blocked with the 10. Yeah, he's played it well. Well, I think Matt said something. I don't know what the deadline is for that match, but I don't know whether Matt's going to try and get a hold of it. Well, I think he was talking to Bill on Facebook. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, Stubbs in trouble here. He's going to have to work this cue ball big time to get back onto the 8. Yeah, that's always going to be difficult at distance. Now, how's his luck? Oh, now, this is interesting. That 7 ball goes every day of the week. Now, this could be a big bonus here for Misken if he can keep the cue ball on the table and not scratch here for a start. And not landing top of the 8. That's no good, I don't think, is it? No. Well, it still goes. It still goes. Now, you've got to overhit this so that you're coming down to the rail and coming into the table. You don't want to be trying to get cute. Now, how's the line? That is very good. That'll do. Again, the angle's there. All you have to do is just roll the 9 in. You're on the 10. And it should be 2-0. And that's all Misken has to keep doing. He just has to do his business, given the chance. Sooner or later, Stubbs going to learn a lesson that he's going to have to knuckle down here and start playing instead of messing about. The one thing you never do in any sport is, underestimate your opponent and not give them enough respect. Yes, Stubbs should be the favourite, only because of his potting ability, not much else. But if you start messing about and not giving a lot of care and attention, then if you end up getting punished for it, it's your own fault. Now here's a table that is looking pretty good for getting out. Stubbs going to have to run forward here. And he's got to watch the pace on it as well. He doesn't want to land on top of the 4. Is he taking this on the side? Yeah. So far, so good. Now, again, has to get this cue ball out into the table with a decent angle to get back for that 6. I don't know that that's great. Let's have a look. Well, it's good enough in terms of he has a slight angle, but if he's going to run forward and needs to watch the 7 and 8, anything can happen. He's missed them both. And again, he's pretty straight on this. Now this depends on how much he wants to risk doing with the cue ball here. Is he going to just take his medicine, leave a long cut? It looks as if he is at the moment. Nope, he's running. This is not bad pace. You'll take that. Well, there's a mistake. There's a huge mistake for Stubb. You'll be annoyed at that. I mean, that was, again, these slightly off-angle cuts, catching every player out at some time or another. A big one there for Stubb. He was almost on the board. And, well, I mean, this 10 ball should always be getting potted. I mean, this is a nice pocket weight. You can cheat the pocket and it will get there. He's overcut it by a mile. That's poor. And that's a bad one for Misken because he really has to take those opportunities. And that 10 ball, I mean, I'd pot that every time because it's so easy. But if you're not used to the 10-foot table, you can get caught out by those angles. And that's a chance gone there. That's a big chance gone. I mean, Stubb should have been 3-0 down. He'll be kicking himself with that one. And Stubb knows he's got off the hook there. And that was an easy 10 ball. There's another mistake by Misken. He doesn't want to start doing this. Good afternoon to Interchange X. I'm going to have to take my top off again. I'm absolutely boiled here. Hang on a minute. See, I've had the PC on all afternoon since I got home and I had the heating on. I've got it off now. And with the PC being on, the heat builds up in the bedroom. So it does. And I'm sitting here boiling. I want to get comfortable. That's better. Is that going to go out far enough? No, it isn't. Well, he can certainly call the cross bank into the corner past the 10 ball and run for cover with the cue ball, because if he doesn't get this, it should end up near the short rail. Well, he hasn't hit it, though. He hasn't hit it. Is he going to get second prize? Yes, he is. Well, not a bad result there from the kick. Oh, that cue ball run into the 6. Well, Stubbs a wee bit unlucky there. Now, he didn't call that. That is a miscall. He didn't call it. And that's the mistake that Stubbs made. He fell into the old sucker kick again and not calling a pocket. I mean, it was more than obvious you should be calling the pocket up the table from the kick. And Misken is missing these by the country mile. Vince says beat who? You talking about Demon? Oh, aye, the 10 ball, aye. That was the one where Stubb was, 2 racks in front with 3 to play and lost him. Stubb couldn't come any closer to winning a VP4 title and then blew it. Well, we're back to 2-all. And the end result is not unfamiliar. Stubbs came up dry. We've got the 5 ball mucked about with the 8 and 10 right in the middle of the table. So we can give him the 2 and the 3 and the 4. Now, ideally, he wants to get... you want to get into the table here for that 4 ball. You want to get something like there so you've got an angle to pot this and get a hit and get something out. Now, the angle he's got in the 3 is actually fine to draw back into the table far enough so he can play that 4. And he's overhit it, and he's also missed the pot. I mean, that would still be maybe workable, that 4, to catch the 10. Stubb is going to have the same problem, but he's taking a big risk running into them that he's still going to have a shot. And, well, he's going to have to dig out a pot either way. This is horrible. Not only that, the line the cue ball's taking, he's running into everything here, and he might get lucky. He might get lucky. Well, it's not easy. It's on that you want to see the end of that match. It's on my YouTube channel. That's one that I streamed. It was exciting at the end of it. Yeah, Misken's not up to the task of winning this. It's the fact that you know, he's not really got the potting game to match Stubb. He's relying on an awful lot of assistance here, Misken, to win this. Well, it's better than nothing. Well, I was looking forward to the Bill Matt MC Clarkey match until I found out that Bill had forfeited. I was looking forward to that. Well, Coldest Pillow's interested in how this match goes because he plays the winner. So from 2-0 down, Stubb's going to take the lead.
Where's the cue ball going?
The cue ball has gone south. So Misken with ball in hand. And the immediate problem is getting to the 4 ball. It's blocked by the 6. It's interfered with by the 10, so it's difficult to get good on that 4. Obviously, you'd want to be somewhere in there, and the angle he's got is not really conducive to that. He's heading this direction. He's trying to keep it sort of not quite bedhead territory, but good enough to actually get a cut, which is better than nothing. But these are catching loads of players out. Well, he's got that, got a bump. Now, this is a big shot. Now, you can go forward and check this a bit, but you really want to get up to that 6 ball so that you don't have to keep running to get to the 7. Well, he's going to have to either nursemaid this in, check the cue ball to come this way and leave a high cut in the 7, or he's going to run up and down. This could end up ugly. How's his luck? It's ugly. He's got a thin cut. But again, it's struggling to keep things together. The cue ball's not really been under any control. It's just trying to pot balls and keep going. And eventually you're going to run out of pots. And Stubb's still got problems here also because you can clearly see the 8 ball limited. It doesn't go past the 9. And he's got to play a good one to get nice on it. And he's got too much angle just to duck in behind it, I think. Oh, this might land on top of it. This will be no good. That's no good. So Misken better get ready. Stubb didn't get any cover. Now, if you're Misken, I think you give this a good blast and try and thin cut it. I mean, you can try and play safe, but I don't know whether it's worthwhile trying to play safe. Bear in mind that, you know, the touch and control needs to be good enough to play a decent safety. And well, he's went all out for it. Gone to the reel too soon. I don't blame him for actually having a go at it, in all honesty. What you talking about drawing into that from that 7 ball? That angle is too high to draw into that from the 7 ball, if that's what you're talking about. Well, Stubbs given. He's not really given chances because look at where the 8 ball's finished. But that 8 ball is a bank. Got to call the bank up top. Well, decided against it, and he needs to get cover, and he hasn't. He's left Stubb the cut. So if you're going to commit, then you've really got to get it safe or get distance. And Misken did neither. And he had the opportunity to the bank up past the 10 ball, didn't give it a second thought. He could have won the rack from that there. And as it is, Stubbs should be opening up the gap. Yeah, Stubbs going to probably get off the hook more often than not in this match. Because Misken just cannot sustain a level of play that's going to consistently allow him to win racks. I don't think that's going to happen. It's probably just down to keeping us at a tidy score. Okay, see you later. Meanwhile, we're into rack number 7. Stubbs' break has given him the 5 ball. I think he's... Oh, has he got most of the pocket? He's got half a pocket. And also what you would think is that the longer Stubb, or the more time Stubb spends at the table, the more he'll settle in, which is even more danger for Misken. But there is a lifeline here with this 6 ball, so we'll see how Stubb deals with that, whether he comes down and tries to leave the bank for it, or whether he just runs for cover. Well, Misken's going to have that problem if he can get the 3 and 4. So the mistakes are there, but you know, I'm pretty certain that these mistakes Stubbs making, should he meet up with Coldest Pillow is going to be more than good enough to punish him for it. Well, Misken's showing good sense there in not trying to do anything other than leaving the combo. And this is a good combo, the way these balls are set. And at the right pace, you can give this 7 ball every chance of going in. You don't need to slam this. But he has not found anywhere near the line. That was a pretty poor effort, it has to be said. I think if he'd actually applied himself a bit more and thought about that more and lined it up, he would have got closer to it. It was a pretty poor shot. So Stubb is again going to have to run this cue ball or leave this a dodgy 7 cut. He's going to run it. He's hung the 6 again. So Misken's getting all these opportunities, and this rack here can keep him in touch if he's going to hold himself together. And he's missed the 6 altogether there. Now that's terrible. And that is really bad. I mean, again, not really focused in the slightest there, Misken, to be doing that. Taking everything for granted, not giving it any due care and attention, and he misses the 6 completely. You can't do that. And it's allowing Stubb to get away with it again. Well, that's no good. Well, we obviously was going to hit the 10 ball, relying on luck to get out of it. And he's going to call the bank. It looks a good bank. If he can get the cue ball out of the way quick enough. He's nailed that.
Where's the cue ball going?
Cue ball's good. Well, it's a sorry story at the end of this, or it's going to be for Misken. He could still be in front easily. But I think we're all agreed he's not really up to the task. Doesn't really have the proper execution of shots to be good enough to do that. Meanwhile, Stubbs breaks giving him the 3 and 4 ball. Nothing doing in the 1. Ducking for cover. And let's see if Misken is going to call anything this time. Of course, he's calling the 5. Now, is that too tight to get the line? No, the line is there. No, he didn't need to put right English in that, I don't think. I don't think he needed any right English in that. He just had to pick the line. In fact, with the right English on it, he got to the short rail too soon. So you see, there's evidence of a player not seeing the natural line that was there to get to that 1 ball. You know, and that's just through experience and time playing. Whether it be the 9 foot or the 10 foot, he just did not see that. He thought he needed to give it more right English to get there, and it was never needed. Now, cue ball running loose. This might, well, it'll do. He's a lot further away from this 6 ball than he would like, but I mean, it's wide open spaces to go on to 7. He really shouldn't have any trouble. Gets a bump on the 9 to take the pace off that cue ball. Now, he can go really shallow into the corner. Well, that's a terrible shot. That is absolutely awful, that shot. I mean, what he could have done there is he could have cut that in and dragged it and drawn it so he went tight around the corner. And that is a really, really poor shot from Stubb. Really poor. Well, here's another blind pocket cut, which earlier he's nailed that one, okay. See, when Misken's not got a lot to do, he should be fine. So he's not really got a lot to do here. It's just about potting the ball. Well, when I say not a lot to do, he's hit that far too bloody hard. And again, he's got lucky this time. So his control of the cue ball, that type of thing, all the sort of little technical aspects of being able to run balls, Misken's just got a lot more of that to learn. He got lucky there. I think he's got no joy here. This looks dry, and he's going to leave the one ball on. And this is a pretty good table for getting out, especially with well, this cut into the side. He has to avoid running into the 4. I think he can do that. So you've got the 3 and 4 down here, and you've got loads of room to get onto that 5. 6 ball is handy to where the 5 is, so Stubbs really got to be out here. He's left himself a wee bit short here. He's left him on that testy angle, and there you go. The mistakes made again from Stubb. Not picking these angles at all. He's missed 3 or 4 of them, and again he's got lucky. Look at that. He's bumped the 8 onto the 7, tied it up. Now, is there any value in potting this 6 ball? That's the question. Especially if he can get the cue ball up the table, he could nail Stubb, but it's a big ask. Well, he's barely hit that 6. I don't even think he's aiming, Misken. I don't think he's taking his time to set himself up and aim. He was lucky he actually clipped that 6 ball. Anyway, Stubbs going to give this a blast. And the cue ball's gone. You wouldn't believe that cue ball would have went into that side pocket there. So, well, he's got to get that cue ball out of there. And again, with ball in hand, you should never be missing a pot. You know, you just can't do that. Again, it's just probably inexperience more than anything else. And ball in hand, you should never miss a pot. Stubb gets away with it again. And again, he is just really struggling to find lines on this table, Stubb. Really, really struggling. Now, you've got to hold the cue ball here, Misken. You've just got to nip it. But you've got to control that pace. And that was well done. So this is just dead weight, roll in the 9. But if he had made the most of these chances he's had, Misken, he could still be in front. But as it is, he's going to be back to within 1. Stubbs really finding it difficult to come into this table cold. Six ball has gone in. 1 ball is no good. So Misken needs to call the push. He doesn't want to be coming down this end of the table. That's asking for trouble. That's a terrible push out. Stubb can bury him. That's just no idea what he's doing there. Stubb can have him in serious trouble. Now, what was the last tournament we played? That was that not the one where Stubb went out the tournament at the earliest possible time? I think if he's really going downhill. So yes, he's really going downhill, Stubb. Just the fact that he doesn't get to play. He might still be. I think he's still in this deluded situation where he thinks he can just come in here and play and everything will fall into place. And unfortunately, it doesn't matter who you are, it just doesn't happen like that. You've got to get the table time and the practice. Oh, that's terrible. I don't know that this is much better because the 4 doesn't go past the 9. Not the 4, that's the 5. Take it back. I forgot the 4's down here. I'm looking up table at the 9, at the 5 ball. But it's still a problem because it doesn't go past the 8, it doesn't go past the 9, and it doesn't go into that side. So you've got to get on the money to get onto that 5 ball. And he's bolt straight in the 4 for a start, so he needs a bit of bottom and left English to kick this up the table. And I don't know whether that'll be any good. Trying to get the cue ball to kick up, but he didn't really get enough on it. Because what he was trying to do, if he'd got enough on it, he would have tried to get up above that 5. So now it could be 5 all in a minute here, Stubb. So you've got to give this due care and attention, and at least get it a half decent safe. And that's no good. But that'll probably encourage Misken to have a cut at this. And I don't think Stubb will mind him having a go at this, because he's expecting to have a chance. Well, this time he's nailed it, and he's had a bump in the 9. And he's, well, again, it's a dodgy 8 ball, isn't it? And you've got to watch, because you've got to get across the table twice. In fact, he spun it out. That'll do it. He spun it out. That'll do nicely. Okay, so far so good. You've got a chance to be 5 apiece. Oh dear. And how many times have we seen that during this tournament? Players are cutting these at an angle and they're cutting them away from the rail. I mean, I'm being a wee bit overcritical as far as that goes, because that is not a difficult cut for anybody who plays regularly in the 10-foot table. It's just you wouldn't give it a second thought. Well, it really ended up a big 2-rack swing there. It should have been 5 apiece, but it's just another opportunity, a very, very good opportunity that Misken had, but it just, again, not up to the job, I'm afraid. And no harm to the guy. I mean, at least he's playing in the tournament. It's tournament experience for him. And like many people, he probably, well, from what you've seen, and then in the amount of play you see in the lobby, you don't see Misken in the lobby an awful lot playing, so he doesn't have time to spend hours on end playing virtual pool 4. Stubb scratches. Misken's got a chance here to keep in touch. And this is the first test for him here. And actually getting good on that 6, which he has done. No, he's just typing bullshit in the lobby. He's not giving Misken any abuse yet. Or at least he will do when Misken starts nicking more racks off him. Well, this is like deja vu in the last rack. Here's a dodgy cut for Misken. I mean, this looks, again, this is easy to me looking at this. you know, I wouldn't think about it twice. But again, what he hasn't thought about is a cue ball, you see. He's so much focus on actually potting that 8 ball. Then the next part of the game is the next part of running balls is thinking about the cue ball for the next ball. And he's a diamond off the pot there. And Stubb is going to get over the line in this match. It's going to be ugly, but he's going to get over the line for the reasons we've all seen. He's not consistent. He's making mistakes. And look at that for a mistake. I mean, that is so bad. Stubb must be really, really getting pissed off with himself at the things he's missing. And Misken completely overcuts that. So it's becoming an embarrassment of errors here. But I think you've had enough chances this time, Misken. Stubb's going to get it done. I think he likes playing that game. That's probably where he spends all his time. So Stubb with a 7-4 lead, he's halfway home. The scoreboard could be entirely opposite. But I honestly do, I'll say this right now, and I say this also for the benefit of Coldest Pillow, that Stubb's time in this tournament is long overdue, looking at the way he's playing, simply because he just hasn't got that table experience in this 10-footer. And there's no way he's going to be anywhere near a contender to stay any deeper in this tournament. And I think he's run his course. If he's going to play like that, with the amount of errors he's making, that is just, he's just asking to be picked off by anybody who's half decent. And if you're half decent, you would bury him with these opportunities. Well, he'd have been better leaving that up top, wouldn't he? He's left it really dodgy in the port. Believe me, he's not playing bad on purpose. Stubb doesn't know that. Well, that was a good cut. That was a good pot. See, again, this is just digging out pots to stay at the table and eventually running out of them. We've all seen it many times before. Well, there's another one. Well, after those 3 pots, you've got to see the job through here, Misken. You've got to see the job through. Well, that's going to go nowhere. That's nowhere, is it? Well, he's got a cut. Another one of these cuts down the rail. And nothing to do to get on the 10. Well, this time he's nailed it. Well, suddenly Misken's got his eye line right. And again, he's just keeping Stubb right here. He's going to be trailing by 2. It's amazing that he strung those pots together there, as Misken suddenly woke up to the fact that he's still in this match, and he was going to be if he could put those balls together and run that rack out. I mean, you see him do that, you think, well, what the hell happened to all the other chances that you've had? And as usual, the follow-up rack is not going to happen. He's come up dry. And this is tricky straight away for Stubb. Look at the area he's got to try and get this cue ball. And that's unlucky. That is unlucky. It was the best route to go because it opened up more room to get on the 3 ball. And this time Stubb got it right by calling the kick into the pocket. Now he's got to get cover. And that's just going to be there. I'll tell you something, I thought that was going to be in the gap, but well, Misken, I think if he goes through the gap with right English, he can hit that 4-ball. He doesn't see that shot though. If you go through the gap with right English and just catch that line there, you'll catch the 4. I'm fairly certain of that. You can check that cue ball up and catch the 4. But I don't think he sees that shot, but he's got the hit. And he'll settle for that because he's left nothing on, although he might be in trouble. Oh, Stubbs just realising. Well, he doesn't. I don't think he's not. I think Stubb is realising about the rules. He knows that, but he played that shot to stay at the table. That was actually a clever little shot. The little billiard on the 10. Again, just got to hold the cue ball. Get comfortably off the rail with enough room to manoeuvre from this 8-ball, and he's got that. Now, he can... I don't know whether he can get it there without... he's decided not to do anything, just try and run it plain ball. Went round the back of the 10, avoided the hit, and he's good to go. So, choose your side, left or right, somewhere up by the side pocket. What's your favourite pizza topping? There can't just be one favourite pizza topping. I mean, I like loads of stuff. I mean, pepperoni, meatballs. You've got bacon. You've got all sorts of stuff to put in the pizzas. So I like all of them. Mushrooms. I don't like jalapenos. No, I don't like something that's too bloody hot in a pizza. But I don't like pineapple. I think pineapple should never be near a pizza. So Stubb with a 3-rack lead. Coming down, he is coming down the left side, but he's went 3. I'm surprised he didn't do that earlier on. That shot that he just played there was a shot I was talking about earlier on, to get tight into the corner and around. Can't remember what pot it was he was playing, but he didn't see that shot that way, and he saw it this way to open up the left side to play the 3. Again, he would have much rather ran. You know, if he runs to there, he's fine. The problem with running to there is he's short, and now he's got more thinking to do and how to get out of here to get up for this 5. This is not quite as simple. And he's just taking his medicine and just leaving it at distance. Well, see, we used to have a Papa John's in the town, and it shut down, and I used to get a few pizzas from it. I quite liked the Papa John's pizzas, but they shut down. They weren't getting enough business. And we've got, I think we've still got, we've got a Domino's, which is about, as the crow flies, there's a Domino's about 600 yards from me.
Where's the cue ball going?
And there's one in the town centre. Well, he's ended up okay. But the prices are ridiculous. I mean, £20 for a pizza is bloody stupid, and then they tell you they're giving you them half price. That's a load of garbage. Well, Misken's got a chance here. And again, it was not easy. Now is Stubb going to have a go at the back bank on this 8-ball? Or is he trying to blast a thin cut? I don't know what he's doing. Is he trying to cut it the other way? Yeah, he is playing the reverse bank. Now, as long as you get the line and the pace right, you'll let this 8-ball. Now he's decided he is going the other way. Well, this is even more far-fetched. Cue balls running all over the place. No idea whether they'll have a shot in the 10. Yeah, that was asking far too much at that angle. Well, Misken, there's your chance. Because I think Stubb would have been far better off with the bank than he was with that cut. So again, you've just got to get a hold of the cue ball. This cue ball will leak away low if you don't get a hold of it. And again, see, that's again just inexperience. He's let the cue ball get away low, and if he'd got a hold of it, he'd never have been there. And that's why you end up doing stuff like that. You see, that's again total inexperience from Misken, not seeing the problem with the shot. You know, every other experienced player knows that you're going to let it leak low if you don't get a hold of the cue ball, and he's blown another chance here because of that. So we can see where, or at least I can see where Misken's problems are, and it is the technical side of the game. On certain shots, you can see where the cue ball's going, and preventative measures. That was a prime example there of just not controlling the cue ball. So Misken will have run his course in this tournament, but I feel absolutely the same for Stubb. I'm afraid that he's now outstaying his welcome. He's nowhere near any level that would sustain him any longer in this tournament. And I'll tell you the other thing about the pizza toppings. I quite like the barbecue, not the. I'm talking about Domino's pizzas now. There's one that they do that's got the barbecue sauce, rather than the traditional sort of tomato base on the pizza, or the tomato that covers the base of the pizza. You know what I mean? Before they put all the other toppings on. I like the barbecue one. It's nice. Yeah, another miss from Stubb. I mean, the misses are mounting up, but he'll fall over the line a bit. Aye, the Meteor, I like that one with the barbecue sauce. Aye, that's the one with is that the one with the meatballs on it? I think that's the one with the little meatballs on it. I like that one. And I also like it with a thin crust rather than, the traditional base. I like it with a thin crust. You know why? I'll tell you why I like the pizzas with a thin crust, because it's a lot lighter in the stomach. I can eat a full medium pizza no problem when it's a thin and crispy base. I'd get through one of them no bother at all. And that way, if you get a medium pizza and it's the normal base, then it's all stodgy. It's a lot more eaten to it. I'd much rather have the thin and crispy base. It's a lot more enjoyable. Well, Misken's got another chance here. Blind back cutting this 4, but he'll be on the 5. But again, cannot read these angles. Is he going to get the second prize? I think he is. Yeah, pizzas are just ridiculous prices. A pizza should never be costing you 20 quid. That's just stupid. Which is another reason I very rarely go to Domino's. You know what I haven't tried? The Asian, what do you call it? The Indian takeaway that I sometimes use. I use it for their. I get a burger meal from them occasionally. Their burgers are bloody lovely. They're huge as well. Done on the proper griddle, you know. So they've got that smoky flavour when you get them as well. But the Indian takeaway place does European food as well as their traditional stuff, and the burgers that they do are lovely. They also do a nice fish and chips as well, believe it or not. But they do, and the one thing I've never had from it is their pizzas. They do pizzas of, 2 or 3 different sizes, and of course they do them with the sort of Indian flavour about them. And also kebab meat and all of that stuff. I've never had any of them, but I'm pretty certain they'd be pretty tasty. Well, Stubb all but on double figures here. He's going to have to work the cue ball.
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, there you go, Misken. Here's another chance for you just to sort of keep Stubb on his toes. The other unforced error from Stubb. I mean, this score right now could be exactly the same in Misken's favour. You must all agree that. Had Misken taken these opportunities he's had, it could have been exactly the opposite score for him. Without a shadow of a doubt. Now that one ball, is it getting there? No, can't caught the knuckle. 2 balls going to be difficult to get to. There is a gap coming down the level. He's come out into the middle of the table, but if he'd actually maybe checked that up and hit it hard enough, he could have up into that gap. He'd have been under better control, but as it is, it's a thin cut. Yeah, Stubbs now appreciating how difficult the 10-foot table is. Misken says, after Stubb typed his bullshit there, Misken says, it's all right for you. I got to change my name after this bullshit. I don't know what he means, but so we don't know who he is. Well, Misken has missed the 2, but he's going to get that second prize. Well, here's a question. Is there still any Harry Ramsdens open down south? Has Harry Ramsdens went out of business? Any of you guys know if there's any Harry Ramsdens still down in England? There must be loads of them, I presume. Because we had a Harry Ramsdens in Glasgow, which I had been to once or twice, and it went out of business a good 10 years ago. And I don't think there was another one in Scotland. Or did you used to have one down your way? Yeah, well, I would have had to drive 20 miles to get to this Harry Ramsden's, which wasn't really in the city centre. It was a wee bit out of the city centre. But I used to love their cod. It was nice. But like most of these things, the prices weren't cheap, and people weren't prepared to pay prices like that, and that's why they went out of business. Simple as that. They weren't getting enough foot flow across the threshold. So Stubb scratches, ball in hand for Misken, and again that control of the cue ball is what's letting him down. Cue ball's gone loose. Four ball wasn't exactly out of the game because it cleanly went past the 8, and it still does, but it's another one of these blind pocket cuts. Oh, he's nailed it again. Now, is he going to do this again where he strings 4 or 5 balls together and pinches another rack? He's got a chance here. He should be definitely on the 7. No, and again, missing that with a country mile. And Stubb off the hook again. Well, I'll also say this. I think Steve will confirm it, but Stubb's idea was that he wanted a tournament on a 10-foot table. Now, I don't know whether his idea was that that'll even things out. That it's going to be it's going to be difficult for all the other. Maybe that was his idea, that having the 10 ball on the 10-foot table was going to even things out, because Stubb thought that all the other players would find it difficult. Now, in that respect, yes, he's correct. And that most other players have found it tough on this 10-foot table. The problem for Stubb is he overlooked the fact that he was going to find it a lot tougher. I think that's one thing that's noticeable, is that he's struggled just as bad, if not worse, than quite a few other players in the tournament, which is another reason why he's overstayed his welcome. He's not going to have the game that's going to allow him to survive. But he is in double figures. He's 3 away from at least surviving one more round. And the table's a bit messy from the dry break. Oh, is it a nice little second nudge from the 10 ball there? But can he cut that too? Yes, he can. I'm going to have to get Steve to copy last year's Virtual World Snooker Championship and get it set up, because we want the sign-ups open fairly soon. When we get into March, the tournament should be starting in April, along with the Real World Championships. I'll be reminding them nearer the time. Well, that's no good from Stubb. Absolutely no position on the 7. Well, this has been a bit tortuous to actually watch. Especially watching how poor Stubbs got. I mean, look at that for a shot. He was definitely calling the bank in the 7 to try and hold the cue ball for the 8, and he's just let that leak straight away and scratched. And he's no hit that, has he? Oh, he's just almost got there. But again, you always worry for Misken at these sort of angles that he's going to be able to see the line. And again, the other problem is the cue ball. Yes, he's still on the 9, and now he's got to be careful with this. He doesn't overhit it and scratch in that side pocket. He's going to be well away from that. Well, again, it's a consolation rack, but more self-inflicted damage by Stubb. Oh, I think the 2-ball went in. And, the one thing I've noticed with a lot of the breaks in this 10-ball tournament, there's loads of the 2-ball going into that top left-hand corner. I think there was a whole sequence of them the other night there. And that's another one that's gone in the top left-hand corner. So, yes, he could see the 1 ball. It was going to be hard pushed to get anywhere near decent in the 3. It's all about just being able to see the 3 and trying to duck. So there's a good target. Just nip the edge of that 3 and try and duck behind the 5. Well, that'll work as well. It'll work as well in terms of he's got cover, but it's an easy hit in the 3. Well, Stubb, again, he went up and down, but he didn't call a pocket, although the odds in it finding a pocket weren't great, but he would have been really annoyed had that ball ended up in a pocket. But he's got lucky again. And Misken played the little billiard, called the 9 into the corner, and he's got it. Just noticed that in the HUD there at the last second. And I've suddenly got an itchy nose again. Well, that is tight past the 10. And he's nailed that line. Okay so far. However, this is too straight. He wants to run forward. He might catch the 7. He's got to get loads of running on it. And
Where's the cue ball going?
commentator's eye, that was the other danger. Scratching off the 7 with the edge of it. So Stubb, ball in hand, and he should be edging ever closer to the result. August the 15th, 2012 was the launch of Virtual Pool 4. And we're now, well, we're into 2025. Look at that for a miss. That is incredible. Is the replay working? No, the replay's not working again. I'm really getting pissed off with this thing as to why it's not bloody working. No wonder Stubbs laughing now. He's laughing now in the chat at the misses that he's doing. And Misken's only 2 behind. And the 8 ball's gone. And I think the 2 ball's gone again. The 1 ball, the 2 ball, the 5 ball, the 8 ball, and he's... Let's have a look. Yeah, he's going to have to tweak this to get to the 3. Yeah, he didn't tweak it enough though. Is he going to get cover? Yes, he is. None by me, and then Cold as Pillow says, "Were you there?" Where was I? Well, what was that question? Were you there? Have I missed out something in the conversation here? were you there? And tell me, what was... Oh, the VP4 launch, of course I was. Christ almighty, I've been around since... How many years is that now? Well, was it 2000... What year was VP3 launched? Because it wasn't, and it was VP4. VP3 was launched. I'm talking about GameSpy now. It was launched in November, and then I came online in the new year. Good afternoon to Rob. And Stubbs got the same disease. He's cutting him away from the rail again as well. Now, this is where you have to get really into this cue ball here and come down low on this 4-ball. And watch you don't get too much into that and come over to the side when he's good. Now, this match could suddenly get very scary for Stubb if Misken can hold his nerve here. Seriously, it can get in real trouble here for Stubb. Because if Misken can hold himself together and put these 4 balls away, Stubb is going to be sweating big time. And that's 2 straight. He could end up following this in if he's not careful here. He's got to be careful. If he doesn't try and... I think he should just stun this firm. That'll do. He's going to go inside again. He's going inside. It's a big blind cut. But you've got to... Let me have a look at the angle here. You've got to let this run, because this cue ball's got to get right out into the table for the 10. You can't underhit this. He's underhit this by a mile. He's underhit it by a mile. In fact, he might have underhit it that badly. He's got half a decent shot in the side pocket here. But is he going to be able to find that line, or is he calling the bank? What's he doing? Well, he's calling the bank. Big shot. Yeah. I'll probably settle for that. It's left it tough for Stubb. But Stubb may well be getting off the hook here, because I think his pants were tightening into his arse there. Because he could have been in serious bother and Misken put it away. Well, Stubbs edged closer, and I think Stubb might come out of this match knowing, well, I hope for his sake he knows he's dodged a bullet against a guy who should never really have been close to him if it was a 9-foot table. But and had Misken been good enough to take these opportunities, and there's another howling miss by Stubb. I mean, he's not missing him rattling in the jaws. He's missing him by the diamond. But we're witnessing the prolonged demise of Stubb as a contender in these tournaments. We really are, if that hasn't already been happening for quite a long while anyway. And that's an even worse miss on the 2. But sooner or later this pain will be over for us all, because this is insufferable to watch. You know, you've got one guy, Misken, who's got all the excuses. You know, he's just not technically good enough. I mean, that's his excuse, and I can accept that. Whereas Stubbs got the technical ability, but you know, like quite a few others, he's just turned up blind to this tournament with no real table time on the 10-footer at all. Not really. And expecting things just to fall into place. And it just won't happen for him. Yeah, he's trying to stay as low as he could and as close as he could to this 6. That's not bad. No worries about the 7. That comfortably goes past the 8. Well, I'm surprised he's came down in the short side of the 7. But anyway, well, he's got to stay in the middle of the table here and go 3 rails for this 9. Well, he can't be coming over on the short side. Well, he is. Well, he's got there because that could have went pear-shaped, but he's left it dead straight though. Managed to just pinch a bit to push it out. But whenever there's something that can go wrong and you're taking that risk, you know, it could easily have ended up hooking behind the 10. But anyway, he's got to the hill at last. But, you know, just think what a scoreboard could have looked like had Misken been up to that task with those opportunities. That's run out Rob. I'm surprised you don't know run out Rob, Simon. He's been in plenty of the streams. Mind you, you haven't. You haven't been around in the streams. Well, Misken's looking for one more consolation rack here, and he's probably just killed those chances with the 9 ball being tied up with the 10. Yeah, that's run out Rob. So this match is an hour and 22 minutes old. Will we see you in the next Cowboy? Oh, I'll be in that. For all the 5 minutes I'll be in it. I'll play in that. I enjoy playing in it. Right, well. Yeah, he's just trying to get distance between the two. I play my Cowboy fast and loose. Well, that'll be... I say it should be, although Stubbs the wrong side of the 9, but he can let this run and fire it up here if he wants to get this cue ball running. And this looks good. That pace is perfect. So this will seal the deal. And it is not a comfortable win for Stubb. In fact, it's been exactly the opposite. It's been uncomfortable all the way with the amount of errors. I mean, the errors is more than the length of your arm. Far too many. And on another day against another player, Stubb would be going home. Let's not beat about the bush. Mark's getting to that time where he's probably headed to bed and sneaked out. He's been very quiet and said nothing for the last hour. He's probably long gone. And Cobra hit the nail on the head. Cobra hit the nail on the head. He definitely did. Right, so if we look at the bracket, we will have confirmation. If I can see this, I cannot stand this bracket. I keep telling Steve I hate it. Anyway, now where are we? There we go. We've got Well, that's still not updated. That'll update in a second. There we go. We've got it confirmed. It's Stubb against Coldest Pillow in the next round of the 10-ball Virtual World Championships. If you weren't here earlier, we were all set to cover the Bill C. Clarkey match, and that was. But Bill had forfeited in the meantime. Yeah, Steve needs to fix that, where if somebody forfeits, then this schedule needs to delete, because the match was still showing in there, and unless you go to the bracket, you're never going to be any the wiser. So as it is, we've got the 2 matches remaining. We've got Cobra against Tommy on Monday night at 6:25. I'll be there for that one. And then Albinario Spectre Dawn on Thursday. And as far as Friday Night 9-ball goes, let's have a quick look in there. Well, they actually had 14 in it tonight. Slim will be covering that on his Twitch channel. And if we look at the bracket, we will see that One Pocket Slim right now is 5-4 up against Brainful Out. What's happened to Spectre Dawn? I don't see him there. Is he taking the night off? Oh, no, there he is. In fact, Spectre Dawn, that's the 3rd time in the space of 2 weeks that One Pocket Slim has taken him out. Took him out twice 2 weeks ago to actually win Friday Night 9-ball, and Slim's beaten him again, sent him to the one-loss side. And lo and behold, DJ Simon has sent him home. That's a good result. So an early night for Spectre Dawn, and DJ Simon's now up against Bankster. So there's a few matches still to go there. And if you want to, good evening to Blind Hog, and then it'll be goodbye because I'm about to go. So there's a few matches still to go, and a good, well, what time is it? 9 o'clock, maybe a good hour and a half or more of that tournament still to go. So get yourselves over to the Twitch and join One Pocket Slim there. He's doing coverage of that. Maybe see if he can go on to reclaim his title. But that's it, folks. Well, all I'll say is good luck to Stubb in the... is there football on? What is that? The league, the FA Cup? Man United. What channel is it on? BBC or ITV? I might watch a bit of that. Is it the FA Cup? Well, I'll switch it over and watch a bit of that before. In fact, I won't see all of it anyway. I'll have to go to bed. Right. I'm trying to read the chat in the lobby. Stubb had his field of view on 30 nearly the whole match, and before what he didn't know he was in the wrong field of view for whatever he's used to. I don't know. Anyway, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Good luck to Stubb against Coldest Pillow, because he's going to need it. Coldest Pillow is far more comfortable in the 10-footer than Stubb is from the evidence we've seen. So we'll look forward to that match when it comes around. So until then, I'll wish you a good night, folks, and take care. And we'll see you again pretty soon.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.